this time I'd like to invite up a motivational speaker, somebody that's a prominent member of the community, somebody who's not only has served our country valiantly, but actually is a contributor who wants to help shape and redefine what the community is and has to offer. This person made quite a drive to come here today to speak at our program. And I don't want to take any more time away from Bob Thornton. Please go down with you. Would you like the microphone?
No, it's okay. Y'all can hear me okay? Because I'm only going to get louder as it goes on. Have you ever seen a triathlon? It's swimming, cycling, and running. And what would you guess is the most deadly part of a triathlon? It's the swim. Because they release all blue caps. You see them, they make you wear a swim cap. I've done it. And so they can self-advertise the blue cap. They say it's for your safety. But you've got your blue cap on, and they release between 600 and 1,000 swimmers all at the same time. And it's dangerous. These guys, everybody wants to win. Every single person in that race wants to win. So they're smashing each other and kicking you in the face and knocking you all over. But eventually, one swimmer starts to advance, starts to work towards that finish line, breaks away from the crowd. Only one. When I grew up, there was no participation trophies. You got first place, second place, third place. Well, this race, you only got first place. Rich Bob said in Talladega Nights, if you're waiting first, you're last. Well, in the race that I was in, there was only one place. The difference is, it was one of the largest swimming events in the history of mankind. They released, I'm going to average it out and say, 40 million swimmers at the exact same time. You talk about chaos, think about that. Think about that water frothing and the danger of making it. Well, all of a sudden, one swimmer started to break out. And it was me. And I started breaking away from the pack. And I crossed the finish line first. About 40 million swimmers. But the thing that you may not know, you were in that race. 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 And during the course of the race, they take pictures along the way so that they can sell them to you later and get yourself in action. And I actually got a picture of you in that race. And I paid to have it drawn up. And here you are in your race. Okay? There you are. So when I hear people say, I didn't ask to be here on this earth. I didn't ask to be alive. You're lying to yourself. You just forgot how hard you fought to become the gift that you are. You just forgot along the way. Because unfortunately, we don't get to choose. When we break through and we're created and we're born, we don't get to pick the family we're born to. We just arrive in the situation that we're at. And our brain, our beautiful computer, the most simple, bright computer ever, this is what the program looks like when you arrive. Just like that. There's nothing there. And what happens is people, we're going to use this word, I want you to pretend I have a black magic marker and I have a blue magic marker. And every negative thing I hear is a black marker. And every positive thing I hear is a blue. Okay? Now I draw from the top to the bottom. And the first thing that's developing is our hearing. So we're hearing our relatives say, oh, he's a fat baby. Oh, he's a little bit slow. He's slow to talk. And every time I hear something, I draw a black line. They're writing my program in my brain. Now somebody says, oh, what a cute baby. I want to draw 10 blue lines for what a cute baby is, but I can only draw one that's the exact same way. Now as we start to grow and we start to be able to speak, somebody says something to us, and you said, I could have come here early and had you say anything better. You said that voice in your head. It's not your voice. You didn't write the program that you're doing. This is your opportunity. You are the superstar of your own movie. But you're writing bad script because somebody's filled your brain with negativity. And when I say to you, you get up in front of the crowd and speak, the impulse runs up to your brain and it breaks through all those black and blue lines. And if they're more negative than positive, You say, no, I can't speak about your shop. No, I'm not good at that. No, I'm not that smart. No, I don't look like the way that I should look to do. You don't need, the problem with life is you don't need to do anything. We have self-will. We can just skate by and blame someone else for where we are. The gift that was supposed to be me, look, we're all 1% out of 100. You finish number one. I am a 1%. But the gift that was supposed to be me arrived in St. Vincent's Hospital in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And I went into a negative world, had a negative family. I was raised by victims. We were all victims. It was somebody else's fault. Our lot in life was somebody else's fault. And slowly, I started to live the program of all that negativity. I started to get in trouble. I failed in school. And people closed their door when I walked by the neighbors. And I loved the adrenaline. I loved the chase. But I wasn't a 1%. I was down in the bottom 20%. I was a bottom. But I heard some people that got woke up and rewrote their program. And I rewrote my program. I decided I'm not running this program anymore. And I wrote out a list. I am. And I beg every one of you to sit down with me. If you're happy where you are right now, this is the superhero that you want to be, don't do anything. But if you can change, and I still have a lot to change. Guys, if you want to change, you sit down and you write out who you are. Not who you are where you're sitting today, but who you're supposed to be. I am a 1%. I get it done. I wake up to make a difference every single day. I am helpful. I am kind. I am compassionate. I love people. Everyone worries about how they feel. How do I feel today? Do I feel like working out? Do I feel like going to work? I just want to be happy. Happiness is a byproduct of action. Action, reaction. When I get up in the morning, I don't care how I feel. I get up to make a difference. When a professional athlete, Sunday, NFL, my team is playing, I'm the star running back. Do I wake up and say, no, I don't feel good, I'm going to go to work today? No, because if you're a 1%er, you're paid to be a pro. When I get up, I don't worry about how I feel. The first thing I do before I leave my bed is I watch something positive. Go on to YouTube or TED Talks. I send out a blind CC quote every day. I set it up the night before. Usually it's a picture I take the God, the universe. It puts me in all these funny situations. And I get pictures of them, and then I put a quote, and I blind CC it out for someone. And then I read something positive. Because if you live in the dark, in the whole program, guess what? The darkness through. Every time you say something negative about yourself, you become another black script in the program. And that's a program that somebody else started. If you live in the light grows. I start off positive in, I get positive out. When I say something negative about myself, I discipline myself to say two positive things. One, to negate that, because you can't get rid of that program, it's always there, but you can overpower it. You can put so many blue strips in your head. That little bit of negative, it's the old saying about we all have a black wolf and a white wolf inside us. And the says to this little boy, there's a war inside us at all times. There's a black wolf, which is bad, and the white wolf, which is good. And the little quiz is, look who wins. And it says, the one that you feel. You can never get rid of your black wolf, but you can overpower it by feeding your white wolf. So that black wolf will eventually be in the corner shaking. And I just totally have my training. I never know this talk, that whole thing, I've never done that before. That was for you. From the universe. I used to say, God, I'm not a big church goer. You can go to church all the time and be the worst person in the world, but you can never go to church and be the best person in the world. And everyone has faith. And you need to credit that faith. And it may be, oh, I don't believe in God. That's okay. Do you believe in the other driver. If you're driving down the road 60 miles an hour, and there's a yellow line down the middle, and there's a car coming head on, the other lane 60 miles an hour, guess what? You have faith that he's obeying the same rules of the road that you are. So there's faith. You believe in science. Nature is your God. That's their faith. And when you start to accept that, and turn to that, and look for that, and give it back credit, it's incredible what it does. The program that I was living, I could never get up before people thought. I wore my jacket at all times because I used it as a shield. I was embarrassed to be alive. Our septic tank was always overflowing. You couldn't answer the phone in fear of it was a tax collector. We had a secret code going back then. You only had one phone and it hung on the kitchen wall. So everybody knew what was going on. There were no selfies going on there. Everybody knew what you were up to. When you wanted to call, you called, you let it ring twice, you hung up, counted to 10, and you called back. And then the family knew that you were safe. So where you start doesn't matter. When you start doesn't matter. Colonel Sanders didn't become successful until his first time until he was in the 60s. He tried so many times to fail. What's really important is that you start. And once you start, practice. Success isn't a destination. If you become successful, you're on your way back down the hill. Success, Helen Keller said, success must be practiced every day. You're not going to become a 1%er overnight. You're right-handed, okay? And I say, you're going to change. You say, you're the only one who can change it. If you've ever tried to stop, you have a bad habit, you bite your nails, you smoke cigarettes, whatever it is. It's hard to change yourself. You're never going to change anyone else. I hear a couple say, oh, well, yeah, he has these flaws. You're going to change with your right hand because that's what you've done your whole life. But with continued daily practice, all of a sudden, now I'm not 20% bothered here. I'm a 21. And then I'm a 22. And just 1% per month, if I'm a 51%, well, 48 months later, I'm back. I'm back where I belong. And when I rewrote my program, I put down that I was smart. Not like they told me in school that I was an idiot. It broke my spirits down. I was afraid of everyone. Anyone that told me I was a coward, that's what I was told. And I was looking at it. If there's a list of that, you jumped out of airplanes? Yes, I have. Have you jumped out of airplanes? Yes, I have. Have you gone deep sea diving? Yes, I have. Oh, I made a list of all the things I wanted to do. I didn't have the wherewithal, I didn't know how to do it, but I made that list. And I read it and I prioritized it. I'm telling you right now, you can have anything that you want in this world as long as you're willing to work for it. Nobody's going to give it to you. And if I get into the habit of looking for you to give me something, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to present it. And if I don't get what I'm supposed to get, I'm going to make sure everybody knows it. I get up to give every single day. And do you know what the universe brings back? Exactly what you look for. If you look for negativity, the universe is going to say, oh, that's what you want, here you go. There's heaps of it. I look for friends. I don't collect stamps. I don't collect cars. I collect friends. I go out and help. And will somebody take advantage of your friends? They might. 1 out of 100 might. But those other 99, if you let that one person jade you, 99 others are going to never get that torch of life that you want. So you just shake them off and move on. It's like you step in and go. Spray them up with what you can do. Don't wish them hard. Wish them well. Pray they get everything that they want because obviously they're in a very dark place. Pretend that their dog just died. That's why you're so miserable. And then just let them go. It's incredible what can happen. So the kid who couldn't read, who didn't have a lot of friends, who was always in trouble, who was a failure, when he rewrote his program, he went on to start 6 companies. Over $350 million worth of business. People that don't even know me are working in places that I started. And you know what? I don't care if they don't know me. It lights me up to know how many people are working. And you don't have a job. I work every single day and I love my job. I do what I love, and the universe brings me what I need. But it's not going to bring it to you sitting on your couch. You've got to get up and make a difference. It's going to take time. You're going to catch things with the other hand, but I promise you, if you decide my brain, my cup is full with all out of the program, I'm going to shake it out. I'm going to rewrite it. Sit down and write it. Read it 2 times a day, out loud. Because what do you do when you read it out loud? You're hanging scripts in there. I did it, and I changed my stars. Well, I love my family fiercely, and I do anything for them. But when I go home, I thank God that I changed my stars. That I don't have to be the person that the whole community is going to be. And I wish the exact same thing. That's why I wish the exact same thing for you all. I'm grateful to get up here. I'm proud of your accomplishments. I'm even going to go out. Thank you very much.